Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. So in this video, I know you guys see a familiar face. My favorite person ever. Drew and I are actually partnering with Gillette on this video to introduce to you guys the new Skinguard Razor. One of my favorite things about this razor, actually when I heard about it, I was really intrigued. And you would think, why? Because it's a razor for men. Shut up. But what really intrigued me about this specific razor is that it was made for men like Drew who have really thick hair and very sensitive skin to when it comes to shaving.
Super sensitive.
Yes. Overall, his skin is like pretty normal, but when he shaves, that's usually where he comes across like the biggest dilemma, because majority of like all razors out there, if not all of them, have irritated his skin really bad, to the point that he's actually had to go on antibiotics because he's had really bad skin infections, all due to razor bumps. So I was just kind of intrigued by that they actually created a razor that was more targeted for like the African American, Hispanic community, because typically men with thick hair usually are the ones who are more prone to razor bumps. So I'm not gonna lie, when I first seen Drew try this razor, I was a little skeptical, and
I was too.
Yeah, I think he was too. Only because we have yet to see him use a razor that has changed the game for him. Typically he has to use, what is it, clippers? Is that what it's called?
Electric razor.
An electric razor. I don't really know. You would think my dad being a barber, I'd know these things, but I don't. Anyways, but he usually has to use that. He can't use just a regular razor to shave because, again, he breaks out really bad, all because of the razor bumps. It gets very red and irritated under his neck, and I could feel his pain. He tells me all the time, like, I can't look up.
That's when I run in the room with the tweezers. Like, can you get this, please?
And if you know me, I get really grossed out with hair. So when he's like, oh, look at these ingrown hairs, I'm like, don't show it to me. So that's why I was just kind of skeptical when I heard of this. I feel like a lot of people create things targeted for a certain group of either females, men, if not both, but not always does it necessarily work the way the brand promotes it's going to work. So I think that's kind of why him and I were on edge about this whole thing, but we were like, whatever, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. Or maybe it would. Yeah. When he started using it, I think like we were both kind of like on our tiptoes, a little bit on edge, because we didn't know what the result was going to be. But we were pleasantly surprised with how it turned out.
As soon as I used it, I felt the difference. It was like smooth on my skin. It wasn't like, it didn't rip the hairs out. It was gentle. It would like glide it across my skin. I mean, like, it was pleasant.
What? Are you like asking me?
I'm telling you.
Oh, you need to tell them.
I'm telling everybody, it was pleasant. Don't you see like the smile that it gave me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no redness. So
and
no bumps, no nothing. Like I said, it didn't cut. No cuts, no bleeding, no nothing. Glided right across. Yeah. It felt good. It made me want to go shave again. I might just cut this all off.
Not gonna do that.
So you guys can see right here, this is what Drew looked like prior to shaving. You guys saw earlier how clean he looked underneath, but this is what it looks like before he started shaving, and you could see red bumps there. He's had these for about a month because he used a different razor prior to trying out the Gillette Skinguard Razor. So with this razor right here, I'm telling you, it's changed the game for him, and I was surprised, and I know he was even more surprised. With the Gillette Skinguard Razor, it actually cuts hair at skin level as opposed to it being below skin level, which actually helps prevent the hair from curling back into the skin and causing those ingrown hairs and bumps. Prior to men shaving, you definitely want to make sure that you take the proper prepping steps before applying the razor on your skin. And as you can see right here, he doesn't even need to press the razor so hard against his skin in order to cut his thick hair, which he feels definitely helped the irritation that he normally would get by using a multi-blade razor.
So let's talk about kind of your experience with working, and I know that's always been like a problem for you because you always have to be expected to come to work looking
If
good.
you work in law enforcement, you know you have to be clean shaved every day. Every single day. You can't have no scruffiness, no beard, no nothing. And in New York, you know, with my job, I had to get a letter because I couldn't shave at all. Like, I had to let everything grow back in order to not break out. And thankfully, with this razor, I was able to shave. I was able to get a nice clean cut. I had the nice edges. I don't have to worry about any razor bumps, nothing. So if you're working in law enforcement, I recommend it for you too, because
Well, not just law enforcement. I
any
feel
job,
like
any
any
job,
work
any
field,
job, any work
they
field,
all
right?
have like
Their
expectations,
requirements,
of like
requirements.
grooming.
And plus, as a man, you don't want to look scruffy anyway, unless you like the scruffy look. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I like to look cleaned up as best as I can.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, even when I used to work back in like the work field where I wasn't self-employed, you know, for both men and women, there's different regulations on what they expect you to come to work looking like. Fortunately, I mean, for females, I would say it's not as difficult as men because I can't
just put your hair
imagine
in a
like,
ponytail and that's it.
yeah, and it's not
Yeah.
necessary to wear makeup if you don't want to wear makeup. Men like Drew, who have more thick, coarse kind of hair, their hair grows back so quickly. Like, he could
every
shave
day.
today and tomorrow you already see like the
Stubs
stubs.
growing.
Yeah. So but because of how sensitive his skin is, he doesn't have the type of situation where he could shave every day without the razor bumps kind of just building on top of each other and then it turning into something really serious.
And it looks more sloppy when you have razor bumps and you're shaving over the razor bumps. It's just something you don't want to go through. And it's not nice to look at.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
it's
It's not
not nice
really
to look
pleasant
at,
to look at.
No.
But and then tell them kind of like just your experience where how some of your razor bumps have turned into like really bad infections where you needed medication for it.
I've had to take antibiotics. I was in the hospital. I had like golf-sized bumps all over my face, my chin, my what was it? The who lip.
I said he
had the
looked like
who
he
lip.
came from Whoville because his
Whoville.
top
I
lip.
had one up here. I couldn't
Yeah.
even talk. I had one here not too long ago that was like literally a hole in my skin because the hair was just growing backwards, and that's pain that you don't ever want to deal with.
And you were on antibiotics for that
Antibiotics.
for a while.
I was on antibiotics for like a month.
And even
Yeah,
then,
like a
even
month.
after a month, it still wasn't completely gone.
Still wasn't gone. My hair was gone for like 2 months. That's why I don't even think it's fully grown yet. But I work with it. I work around it. That's why it looks a little crooked, but don't worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he has been through it with his facial hair. And I guess as a female, you don't really like think about those things.
Until you see me go through it.
Yeah, until you see like your partner going through it, you realize, wow, like shaving is really a sensitive subject for men. And you just don't expect it, right? Like us as women, we just expect men to kind of be like cleaned up, and we don't think of kind of the
pain behind it.
Yeah.
And the thing with electric razor, you can't get as close with electric razor, and you can't get that edge.
But with this
that's the-
razor, you
that's
were
the
able to do
difference.
that.
You could get the nice edge. Look, you get the nice edge. I didn't
Does
use
look
no.
good,
I didn't
yeah.
know. Thank you. And also, the skin guard was made for men like myself who are prone to have razor bumps, and it also helps stop the irritation, which is like the best thing ever. No man wants to deal with like that rash, those razor bumps. I mean, myself. I'm speaking for myself, but I don't ever want to deal with it, and I'm glad that I found this razor because, like I said, it really helps.
I'm pretty sure it hurts too if you're like irritated,
Yeah,
and
it
then
does.
in your neck, because that's a part of your body that
Especially
you're like
right
moving
here.
often.
This right here, that's like where the neck moves.
Yeah.
I'm turning. What I dealt with my chin. So the worst part is right here for me. I mean, this is where you're always moving your neck. You're looking left, right, up, down. It hurts. You see
Well, I
the
could
pain in my eyes.
imagine. Yeah. No, like he's even told me, usually even when he goes to the barber, when they do what is it called, the straight edge razor?
Yeah, when they put the hot
That
towel.
usually irritates you really bad
Yeah, that's
too.
bad. I bleed a lot. On top of the razor bumps, I bleed a lot.
Yeah.
I have no blood. There was no blood with the razor. You see,
Yeah.
no blood.
And
Even with the electric razor, that sometimes pulls my hair,
mhm.
and I bleed. But with this, I have no blood.
Like Gillette, for real, like knew what they were doing with this, and you can tell that the research they put behind this really works, because real men like this, everyday men, like it's
that
not
have to shave, that have to have
yes.
that clean cut.
Yes, and men who do it at home, you know,
Yeah.
like not everyone has the luxury of going to a luxury barbershop where they do it for you, and even then they could use some of the best things on you, but if your skin is prone to razor bumps,
that's what happens.
it might not even do the trick for
Listen,
you.
you're home, get the little hot towel, put it on your neck, open up those pores, some shaving cream, boom, that's it. That's all I did.
And definitely we encourage people to go online and purchase the razor to give it a try. It's really not going to hurt you either way. Gillette has a money back guarantee if you feel like it didn't work out for you, but it doesn't hurt to try. You just never know. Again,
I tried it. I was nervous. I know if you tried, you'll be nervous, but all good results so far.
Yeah, so I feel like it's kind of good that we did this video, because more than just telling you guys about it, you're gonna see him use it, so you'll see how it works in action, and I think that's really gonna speak more for the razor than just talking about it. If you guys want to go ahead and check this razor out, let your husbands know, your boyfriend, your brother, your father, just every
uncle,
possible male you know,
a teenager who just learned how to shave, anybody.
Yeah, just anyone you know that kind of suffers from like the same issues as him. We definitely encourage you guys to let them know, kind of pass the message on. Obviously, I don't predict a lot of men on my channel, because all I really do is talk about makeup, so that's where I'm gonna need you girls to let all the men that you know about this, even show it to them, like the clip of him shaving, so they can kind of see like the before and after. I know usually men are very visual, or at least men like you, so they have to see it. Just us saying it's not enough.
You gotta see it to believe it. That's what I live by.
Yes. And I mean, the one good thing is that like Gillette razors are very affordable razors. You're not paying for something that is super like high end. You guys know how I am. I don't like spending a lot of money on things that I feel like, well, maybe there is a cheaper alternative that would work exactly the same. And I feel like that's where the Gillette Skinguard comes in for men. They don't have to spend as much money to kind of be more on the safer side of shaving. So again, we encourage you guys to let everyone know.
Refillable. Yeah. Pop it right off, pops right on. It's super simple.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you don't have to buy an entirely new set. Yeah. So definitely check out the description down below. It's gonna have all the information that you will need, or the information that I am encouraging you to pass on.
And I don't want to see you using it on your legs.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know you guys barely see him. He doesn't make too many appearances on my channel, so it's always kind of exciting when we get to do a video together. And I'm glad we're able to do a video on something that we kind of both could talk about, because it's usually like me dragging him into my videos and he has like a zero interest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to be with you.
Aww. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and it's just, again, something a little bit different, and I like
something
doing
refreshing
different.
and
Yeah.
refreshing.
And I feel like it's something relatable.
Refreshing video, refreshing skin.
Oh,
come through with the bars.
So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, and thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.